Okay, so I'm going to do two simple demonstrations. This is a REM pod, and it's capable of detecting electromagnetic fields, and I'll first demonstrate that with my own hand. So it's picking up the electrical activity within my energy field. It's a really simple demonstration. Now, this is ghost hunting gear. So this is what ghost hunters would use in environments like a haunted house, as an example, a haunted place. And a haunted place ultimately just being a thin place. One of these locations where physical reality and non-physical reality are fused together to a degree to where strange paranormal experiences can be detected very easily. So, and we have the earth plane, which we physically reside. Then we have the near earth plane, where all paranormal activity takes place. And so this object, this REM pod, this device, this EMF device, same as our physical bodies, has an aura around it, has a non-physical counterpart. So there is a REM pod in physical reality and a REM pod in non-physical reality in the next dimension. That's just how it works. Everything has to have substrate in a multidimensional universe. Everything has to have a substrate. For us, it's our spirit. For this REM pod, which is man-made, it is still, although it's made here, its essence is created out of the raw energy in the next dimension. So there's a physical REM pod and there's a non-physical REM pod. And if you were to come out of your body during an out-of-body experience, you would see this. You would see this. And from my own direct experiences and my own experimentation, I come out of my body, lying in a bed like this, come out of my body, and I'm able to interact with this device. All right. I have some videos which I'll start to publish at some point soon. And I've gained my own direct experience of this through my own experimentation, to where I'm lying in bed, I practice my out-of-body techniques, I get out of body, I'm standing here in the room in my etheric body, my first non-physical body, and I'm able to interact with the counterpart of this object. And I've had cameras actually pick that up in the physical. So physical cameras pick that up and get correlation between me reporting my experience and what the camera's picking up on. Now, I get someone with a materialist thinking would say, okay, look, this this isn't real. There's no quantum realm. Thankfully, science is not the ultimate authority on reality. Thankfully, and I don't derive any authority from science when it comes to my personal exploration. My authority to talk on this subject comes from my direct experiences of these places, of these non-physical environments, these dimensions that science is not currently willing to explore, and in most cases with their equipment are unable to explore. Anyhow, I want to demonstrate. So here I am demonstrating with my hand how it's picking up on the electrical energy within my energy body, within my energy field. All right, and you could say my physical body, but it's more going on than that. All right, now, let's say I'm lying in bed, I'm sleeping, I'm not practicing yet, I'm just got cameras monitoring the activity, and the alarm goes off. Then that means there's a significant EMF energy that has just entered the space. Because as you can see, if I'm over here in bed, right, I'm over here, I can't trigger the device from over here. I've even got it sitting on I've got it sitting on this rubber pad underneath, which is a shock absorber. So it's not even going to go off from me stomping on the floor from vibration. Vibration is just not going to set it off. So I can move around in the bed, nothing's going to happen. So I'm lying over here. Usually I lie in the middle of the bed, and my arms can flap around. Nothing's going to happen. I'd have to come way over here to have anything happen. Now I want to show you, and this is kind of scary in many ways, because Okay, because this isn't just about something non-physical. So the phone is currently in airplane mode, as you can see. All right. Now this, I would say, from the top of the dressers here over to the REM pod is a good meter, maybe almost 1.5 meters. All right, almost 1.5 meters. Another REM pod up here currently switched off. There's an epic wand. Look at this beast. That's pneumite, which has been fused with blackthorn, and I've left 3 of those beautiful, very sharp blackthorn thorns in there. So this is a powerful wand. This is the Claw of Destiny. We can talk about that another time. Anyway, back to this demonstration. All right, so we're a good 1.5 meters away from the REM pod at this point. Now, I'm talking about a significant energy that comes into this space to trigger this, okay? So I'm going to leave both in the field of vision here. So we've got the REM pod here. We've got the mobile phone in airplane mode. Watch what happens when I switch this on, switch off the flight mode, and the mobile phone can now detect the EMF that is the Wi-Fi and the mobile phone mass signals that are in and around the house. Watch what happens. Okay, that might be a little bit far away. Oh, that literally, I moved it inches. That was an EMF blast. All right, that was an EMF blast from switching it from airplane mode back on again. Okay, because if I move the phone towards it now, nothing's going to happen until I get close enough. It'll stop again. But when I switched this from airplane mode, so it wasn't receiving any signals, and then I switched it on, there was a friggin' EMF blast, an explosion that took place, enough to trigger almost 1.5 meters away that REM pod to go off. All right, that in itself is scary and needs to be thought through a little bit more, because now that it's connected to whatever signal it's locked onto, there's no significant EMF event taking place like there was what you saw a second ago. We can do that again. Let's put this here. Put it back into flight mode. Just take a second. All right, it's back into flight mode. Let's see what happens again. So we're now just over 1 meter away. Oh, there we go. There we go. That is an EMF explosion. Now, moving away just for a moment of the physical implications of that for people with our smartphones, I want to stay on a supernatural perspective here. This chair is here with purpose. So when I go to sleep, and this is not my bedroom, this is not where I sleep on a regular basis. This room has been set up to monitor my out-of-body exploration activity. So my practice, everything in here is specially curated to be in this space. Hey, hello. There's cameras, there's meters, there's all kinds of stuff. And of course there's this bed cover, this duvet cover. This serves as a deterrent for non-physical entities that have no reason to be here. If I don't want them here, if it's like astral wildlife or some negative entity I don't want in this space. Every physical object, as I said earlier, has a duplicate in non-physical reality. So the etheric field that overlaps the physical reality. So this will not be stationary. This will not be an inanimate object on the next dimension up, I can assure you. So the welcome to any non-physicals that are not welcome here, they're going to get a bit of a shock. So this is a powerful spirit animal motif. It's not just physical, this is non-physical, and this would frighten the bejesus out of non-physical visitors who do not have a standing invitation. But let's get back to the idea that over here, so I have this chair, so I'm asleep at night. What I'm doing with this chair is I'm inviting non-physical friends to come and interact with me and interact with all the gear in this space while I sleep and while I practice, if I choose to be in here on a particular night. And if you can imagine, just like that demonstration with the mobile phone, switching it from flight mode, and you can imagine suddenly the EMF burst of a non-physical friend arriving into this space, porting into this space, sitting in that chair, because they can sit in that chair because that has a non-physical counterpart. So they can sit in a non-physical counterpart, and then they can sit there and they can alert me that they're here, and then I can go into out-of-body practice because I'm assured that somebody's here. So this is the kind of stuff I get up to. This is my Pandora star, my personal Pandora star. Of course, over here we have this is for grounding, so this goes around my calf, my leg during the night, and I'm grounded to the earth, which is fantastic. So I get this natural electromagnetic field from the earth, and I get grounded. So I get this grounding of any positive charge in my body from my electronics. So I get to properly shield myself while I sleep from EMFs from all the neighbors and our own Wi-Fi, etc. Over here we have a pyramid within a pyramid. This is like Ashwan granite. This is mined from the Great Rocky Mountains in the United States, and it's very paramagnetic, very, very paramagnetic. And the reason it's here in this space is there are these etheric currents that move through the landscape, the physical landscape, and paramagnetic energies such as this can draw those towards where I want it to be. So these powerful pranic energies, these life force energies that are very profound and helpful for astral projection, I can draw them here. This is a dragon made from sunstone, absolutely beautiful. And over here we have Priscilla bluestone. This also is a dragon carved from one piece of Priscilla bluestone, which is quarried in Wales and is the stones that sit at the very center of Stonehenge. It's very primal. Peoples from hundreds of years ago, the ancestors of these lands in the United Kingdom, they would revere this stone as the dream stone, and it can have a powerful electromagnetic effect on the heart, on the electrical system of the heart. It's a powerful piece made by a good friend and amazing carver of crystal and stone and mineral. Let's see, over here, entrance to the door. This is not just an LED light strip. All right, watch this. There we go. It's true. Oh, let me try that again. All right, see that getting triggered? This is actually a ghost tripwire. And the entrance to my door, I may not be able to see it very well from this side. Just close the door so you can see it. Now it's going to be flopping all over the place anyway because it's a massive dreamcatcher beaded curtain. And this for me is part of my ritual for my astral projection practice. I'll stand outside with the door open before I come into this space, and I'll ask myself the question, am I worthy of being in this space tonight? There you go, it's still being triggered, the tripwire, the ghosty tripwire. And I'll stand there before I come into this space, and I'll ask myself that question, am I worthy of being in this space tonight? And if I don't feel like I've done worthy things enough to be in this space, because this is a sacred space, then I'll sleep somewhere else in the house, another room or on the sofa, whatever. And I have infused into these beads various essential oils and plant essences, from sacred plants. So it has an aroma as I walk through it. it's just dripping, literally dripping with intention. I'll probably do another video on that soon, but for those of you who have never had the privilege of seeing my astral projection dojo, if you want to call it that, and there's interesting things going on in this computer which we'll talk about another time as well. There's a staff that I reclaimed from the sea, just 10 minutes walk from here. This is a snake plant, which is great filter for the oxygen in the space. There's some more granite on the floor down there. There's very powerful pieces, and there's more dragon energies through here. There's a lot going on. There's this amazing mandala gifted to me by a friend. Above the bed, this is no ordinary mountain. This is a holy mountain here in the United Kingdom, in Scotland, Shikaliun, and that's moonrise over Shikaliun. And it's a powerful mountain spirit, which I do a devotional practice to on a regular basis, because this wise feminine energy of the mountain, this elemental energy, I revere its counsel. So yeah, that's my practice. There's so much going on. There's another bit of wood that I reclaimed, driftwood, put in this epic piece of oh my goodness, amber embedded in the top. It's called the sea shanty staff. It's got its own rhyme and reason we can get to another time. But yeah, so this is my exploration space. It is curated specially for astral projection. I hope you've enjoyed this, and there's a lot more to come.